Alan Palmer. Dr. Palmer, what was the reason you became interested in PEMF technology?
Well, I've always had an interest in energetic medicine. Over the last few years, I've studied a lot of the research in the biology of electrical currents and so forth. And I'd say it goes back to the days when Robert Becker, MD, came out with his very popular books, Cross Currents and the Body Electric. And in studying those books, it made me realize that there is energy all around us. Some of it is harmful, some could be beneficial, and so energy has a biological effect on the body. And so being a chiropractor also and understanding how energy controls function in the body through the nervous system, I became fascinated with that. Even to the extent that studying how the connective tissue has a communication pathway in it itself. And so Dr. Becker's work was kind of pioneering in the area of energy medicine. Since then, I've studied James Oshman's work. Energy Medicine actually is one of his books, a fabulous science-based book on the biology and effects of current and communication pathways throughout the body. In fact, Dr. Becker's work was seminal in that he was the one that discovered that very subtle currents were able to have a healing effect on the body. In the laboratory, he was able to cut tails off of salamanders and grow them back with just the correct amount of current. And his work has actually progressed to today's bone stimulators. So the bone stimulators of today are based on the pioneering work of Dr. Becker.
Dr. Palmer, in your experience so far, what have you seen to be the top benefits of using PEMF technology?
Well, I can think of three main ones that come to mind right off the top of my head. One being pain control, of course. In the profession that I'm in, mitigating pain is obviously very important in reducing pain due to injury, trauma, other things like that, even chronic conditions. So that's one of the very top things that I have had tremendous results with. Two of the other things that come to mind are people tend to either be fatigued, in other words, they don't have as much energy as they would like to have, or when they go to bed at night, they can't sleep. Their bodies are amped up and they're in a hyper-sympathetic state from going all day, and they can't shut it down and they don't rest well. And if you don't sleep well, your body can't heal. Your body can't be healthy. So with the PEMF technology, one of the beautiful things about it is you can utilize frequencies that will either excite or increase the amount of energy in the body, or frequencies that will sedate or reduce the amount of hyperactivity in the body. The amazing and really cool thing about PEMF is you can use frequencies that turn on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the polar opposite of the fight or flight response. So in doing so, it calms the body down into more of a resting tone or state, and that allows the body to heal the way it's designed to heal.
Dr. Palmer, PEMF's goal is reducing inflammation. Why, in your opinion, is reducing inflammation at the microcirculation level so important for the body?
Well, inflammation is certainly a very hot topic right now. Systemic inflammation has been linked to virtually all of the chronic diseases of aging. So anything that a person can do to reduce systemic inflammation is going to benefit them, whether it be diet, lifestyle, behavioral, or therapeutic approaches to reducing inflammation. The more you can reduce inflammation, the more you can mitigate the effects of inflammation on the progression and development and even initiation of these types of diseases of aging.
Dr. Palmer, part of your practice is working with professionals, athletes of all professions. Can PEMF play a role for the athlete to increase longevity and recovery?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, PEMF can enhance recovery. There's no doubt about it. Speed healing from injury, help the body to respond faster to other treatments as well. So to me, PEMF is just a natural synergistic complement to anything else that's done in the training room by the athletic trainers, physical therapists, chiropractors, etc.
How does PMF work to create better longevity? In the sense of the frequency wave, does it allow more where the cell is not as stressed?
Do you mean career longevity?
Yes.
Well, I really believe that, number one, trauma is accumulative in the body. So athletes are going to experience trauma on their day-to-day activities, whether it's repetitive motion from standing in the batter's box and swinging a bat, or whether you're getting slammed into the boards as a hockey player or a football player going, colliding with another athlete. Every athlete is going to experience trauma. Even long-distance runners experience a lot of trauma in their body just from running. The ground reaction force is coming up through their ankles and knees and hips and up into their body. So every athlete's going to experience trauma. The name of the game is how quickly you can recover from that trauma, how quickly your body is able to go back out at 100% and be able to withstand those forces again on the body without adding another layer of inflammation and debilitation to the body that you've already experienced. So in my mind, these kinds of technologies can help with longevity because it will just do just that. It'll help to allow the athlete to recover faster, get back in the game with zero, perfect tolerance for more trauma again, which they certainly will experience.
Dr. Palmer, in your experience so far, which PMF device have you worked with, and why did you decide this one was the right one?
Well, to be honest with you, I've had experience with different types of energy healing in the past, different devices in the past, and I was introduced originally to the PMF technology by Tony Gorin with QRS Direct. And QRS is the company that is the original designer, the original inventor of this particular type of PMF technology. And they hold the worldwide patents on their resonance phenomenon, their anti-smog device, which basically their frequencies eliminate other electrical fields that can be harmful to the body, which no other companies will do that. They also hold a patent on ion transport. In fact, there have been, to my knowledge, 5 different FDA clearances for PEMF technology out there. So it's becoming more widely accepted. And when I started comparing QRS to the other manufacturers are clearly knockoffs of QRS. They've taken the technology and tried to reverse engineer it and so forth. But there are certain patentable benefits and things that the QRS has that these other companies cannot duplicate. And so to me, I do my homework, I do my due diligence, which I did with this device, and found it to be really heads above the other devices on the market.